It was a long start to the weekend for some in eastern Kalamazoo County yesterday. Why thousands were stuck on I-94. The utility worker who was pulled out of a trench after it collapsed is recovering this morning. How the worker's supervisor was able to help with the rescue. And why two people could spend the rest of their lives in prison after a Battle Creek man was found dead in a driveway. Today is Saturday, June 1st.
Covering West Michigan to protect and alert you. This is News Channel 3, live at 7.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Princess Janae Steverson. We're going to head straight over to our chief meteorologist, Keith Thompson, for a look at today's forecast. Keith, it's going to be a wet day.
You bet. Yeah, I know right now you look outside and you think, what is he talking about? But believe me, this afternoon it's going to be raining. And the message here is if you have anything outside that you want to do, you're good to go in the morning. It's the afternoon where we're going to have some problems. There's even a hint of sunshine across West Michigan right now. We're looking live at Coldwater here, downtown Four Corners, all quiet. Notice the wind is calm here. Not much wind blowing the flags around there. Coldwater, you're at 55 right now. 55 just up I-69 in Marshall. Let's go west on 94 to Battle Creek at 57, Kalamazoo 58. On the colder side of things, cooler side of things, Hastings, Dowagiac, Big Rapids, all starting off in the upper 40s. But even though the sun is going to be shielded by the clouds somewhat, that will still warm us up though. So we'll see those temperatures bump up pretty quickly here now that we're post-sunset. Live Doppler radar's quiet on our 100-mile scan. Where's the rain? Well, right now it's way off here to the south, but it is making steady progress in our direction, and it will be arriving when? Let's go hour by hour. Our sky's becoming cloudy. Again, a little morning sunshine, and then clouds moving in with the rain. We're tracking it here at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So, like I said, you're probably good to go until about noontime. After that, it gets wet. Download our free weather app so you can track those showers when they move in. I'll have more on the hour-by-hour outlook coming up. Princess?
It was a long drive home for thousands on I-94 Friday evening after a crash shut down part of the interstate in eastern Kalamazoo County. This was the scene around 6:30 last night near Galesburg exits. Traffic was brought to a complete standstill. MDOT says the highway was reopened just before 7 o'clock. Information about the crash and what caused it is limited at this time. Stay with us on air and online at WWMT.com as we work to learn more. A terrifying situation in Portage Friday morning after a MetroNet utility worker became trapped inside a 10-foot deep trench that collapsed. This happening near Mercantile Bank on West Center Avenue. The worker was burying lines underground when the dirt inside the trench collapsed on him. He was buried up to his chest. Throughout the process, crews would bring the trapped man water and Gatorade while the worker's supervisor translated to him from Spanish to English to help communicate.
Translator was absolutely needed just to communicate to the patient, explain what we needed him to do to promote getting him out, promote his own safety and being able to give him instructions. So that was fantastic.
And fantastic that he's okay. After 5 hours of digging and pulling the man, he was finally freed. The Michigan Occupational Safety and Health Administration says it could take weeks or even months to conclude their investigation into why the collapse happened. Two people could spend the rest of their lives in prison after a Battle Creek man was found dead in a driveway. Berry County deputies say 79-year-old Jimmy Skies was found deceased on the driveway of a home in East Cloverdale Road near High Bank Street just after the noon time on Wednesday. Deputies say the suspects in this case have been arrested, but they are waiting arraignment. The prosecutor's office says they've issued open murder charges against them. This is a developing story, and we'll bring you updates as we get them. After the Flint water crisis, the biggest public health crisis in our state's history, the city was given a deadline to replace all lead service lines in the city. However, it's now 4 years past that deadline, and now the state is stepping in to fix this big problem. The Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy will now oversee the repairs, but the department will not pay for the project. Courtney Bennett with our sister station in Flint explained who has to foot this big bill.
They're telling us, City of Flint, you couldn't manage your own project or your finances for it. That's concerning to me.
Flint City Councilwoman Tanya Burns says the city simply didn't have enough money to cover the rest of the service line excavation and restoration project.
Flint started out with the water crisis, and there's been others since then, and Flint still isn't fixed. Jackson, Mississippi is fixed. Benton Harbor is fixed. All other places has been fixed, and Flint still has not managed to finish it between 2020 and 2024.
In 2017, there was a settlement that required the city to remove all the lead service lines from the street to the home in response to the Flint water crisis. All the lines and property restorations were supposed to be done by 2020. Now, 4 years later, and millions upon millions of dollars spent, the work continues.
We have to be responsible in that getting service lines and lead removed, because no lead level is safe in the body.
It's frustrating and embarrassing.
Melissa Mays is a water activist and filed that original lawsuit against the city back in 2015.
Do you feel that the state is bailing the city out?
I do feel like the state is bailing the city. I think the state finally realized that the city is just not going to do it. This administration has no will to protect the people and to finish the project that they signed to do.
The city has been held in contempt after failing to meet the latest deadline. The question is, how much money will the state be fronting to complete all of this work?
Is unfortunately the only way that it's ever going to get done, unless the residents just start picking up shovels and backhoes, and that's just unacceptable.
We're told the state legislature has allocated this money for this project, and that money will also help support some additional pipe placements. A Portage native who is now a NASCAR driver is coming home to help his town rebuild from the EF2 tornado. Next week, Carson Hocevar will headline a tornado relief event. It's happening at Ziegler Motorsports on Wednesday night. Hocevar is personally connected to the tornado. His father's business was damaged. He was on the phone with his mother during the storm, checking to see if she was okay, when his father called from the business where the tornado hit.
She was on the phone with me and was like, oh, we just had a little tornado warning walking out. Oh, your dad's calling me. Hold on. I'll talk to you later or tomorrow, whatever. And then she called me right back. And that's when I was like, oh, okay, something's wrong. Well, the first thought in my head was, okay, she talked to dad. So dad's at least okay.
People need help, and the community's got to rally around that. 99% of the community wasn't affected by the tornado, but the 1% that was, it's life-changing for them. So the other 99% of us got to go help that 1%, because it could have been any of us.
The proceeds from the event will go to the Kalamazoo Community Foundation, which is a local nonprofit heading up to efforts to help community members with tornado damage that was not covered by insurance. If you want to help, tickets will cost $100 or $200 for VIP admission. Now, the VIP tickets include a chance to meet Carson himself. There will also be a silent auction items to help raise money, including 2 VIP tickets to the International Speedway race in Michigan. The Ziegler Auto Group is hosting the tornado relief event at Ziegler Motorsports on Sprinkle Road. That's going to be Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. You can go to Ziegler.com to order your tickets, but we'll also have the link to the story on our website. A West Michigan staple is shutting down. The Sunset Drive-In movie theater in Hartford and its sister theater, 5 Mile Drive-In in Dowac, are both up for sale. The owners posted on Facebook and to their website that the closures are due to unforeseen health challenges within the family. They are thanking the community for the love and the support they've received over the years. Very few drive-in movie theaters remain in the state of Michigan now, just about half a dozen, including the Capri in Coldwater and the Getty 4 in Muskegon. A free home buyer pop-up shop is coming to Kalamazoo. It's being hosted by the Northside Association for Community Development. This is happening from 11 a.m. this morning to 1 p.m. on North Park Street. Organizers tell us that the goal is to match up 100 people with local mortgage lenders, realtors, and nonprofits, all focused on homeownership. There will be one-on-one consultations with mortgage lenders, credit improvement consultations, and more. Again, this is a free event. And happening this weekend is the Island City Festival in Plainwell. There will be food trucks, bingo sessions, vendors, and more. A car show is scheduled for today, and there will also be dueling pianos. The carnival began yesterday and runs through the weekend. Coming up, President Biden endorsing a new proposal calling for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. We'll have a look at the details of the proposal.
Starting off with a little bit of sunshine, but a lot of clouds, and eventually it's going to be wet. I'm tracking rain moving into West Michigan. I'll show you when hour by hour coming up. We're looking live right now in downtown Kalamazoo. The time is 7:10. News Channel 3 live at 7. We'll be right back.
Virtue.
Breast cancer, it's not just for humans. In fact, many mammals have the potential to develop breast or mammary cancer, from humans to cats and dogs, all the way down to small rodents like rats. Now, when it comes to dogs and cats, here are the statistics. 1 in 4 unspayed female dogs will develop mammary tumors, and roughly half of those will be cancerous. In cats, the development of mammary tumors is less common than in dogs. However, over 80% of their tumors will be cancerous. The single best method of prevention is spaying female dogs and cats. In cats, this generally means before they reach 1 year of age, and in dogs, before their first heat cycle. So talk to your vet about what the best time to spay your female pet is. Connect with us at our station website by looking up For Pet Say. We'd also love to see your favorite pet moments that you can share with our community. Go to our news app, click Explore, and chime in to upload your pet-tastic photos.
President Biden is putting his weight behind a new Israeli ceasefire proposal in its ongoing war with Hamas. The president is pushing for an end to the conflict, but with no agreement in place, Israel is focusing its firepower in southern Gaza. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
New video released by the Israeli military shows the forces bearing down in Rafah and what they say are smuggling tunnels built by Hamas at the border with Egypt. While the war wages on, Friday at the White House, President Biden said it's time for the conflict to end.
At this point, Hamas no longer is capable of carrying out another October 7th.
The president laid out a new offer from Israel delivered to Hamas by Qatar that would start with a 6-week ceasefire, allowing talks for a permanent peace. Israeli military forces would withdraw from Gaza, and Israeli hostages would be released in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. It would also allow 600 trucks with humanitarian aid into Gaza daily.
Hamas says it wants a ceasefire. This deal is an opportunity to prove whether they really mean it.
But just this week, a top Israeli security official said his country is preparing for at least 7 more months of war. In Jabalia, in northern Gaza, after Israeli troops ended a multi-week offensive against Hamas militants, Palestinians returned to find widespread destruction. The camp is destroyed. It is wiped out, this woman said. As anti-war protests push on around the globe, the president says they should pressure Hamas.
Let the leaders know they should take this deal.
Hamas says it has a positive view toward the plan. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
President Biden also said the plan calls for major reconstruction in Gaza to rebuild homes and hospitals without allowing Hamas to rearm. A daring rescue here in West Michigan, all caught on camera. Here's a look at the scene near Grand Haven on Monday. The U.S. Coast Guard helped save a man from a sinking sailboat. Just moments before the vessel sank into the water, the Coast Guard says the depth of Lake Michigan at that point was 300 feet. The man was brought to safety. All right, Keith, a rainy day, so if you've got any plans, you better get them done quick.
You bet. You've got a few hours still to go. I mean, we're not even at 8 o'clock yet, and I don't think the showers are really going to move in until, let's say, afternoon or after 1 o'clock. And so you still have some time to get out there if you want to get your hands dirty by doing some planting, or if you want to run to the farmer's market, maybe catch a cup of coffee, you're good to go. But this afternoon, that's when all bets are off. How about this view here? We say hello to the Mighty Mac. Just got the screen grab here from the Mackinac Bridge Authority here as we are looking here from St. Ignace to the south, crossing the Straits of Mackinac there. And it looks like there's some sunshine right now in Mackinac. How about a trip to Holland? Hello, Tulip City, downtown live. This view here looking to the east And that means that we are looking at that sunrise. You can barely make it out right below our banner there, but notice it's filtered by cloud cover. That is going to be the theme here for the next few hours. Hey, lawn mowing cast. Yes, that time of year, if you didn't already know from your neighbors. A poor day today because after this morning anyway, you can get out there this morning and it's okay, but once you get into the early to mid-afternoon, it's going to be raining. You're not going to be able to get it done. Sunday, Monday looking much better. Tuesday, a little iffy. There could be some scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. Wednesday, I think we're going to be dealing a little bit more with the storms. Well, let's talk about today and what's coming next with your hour by hour. We start our clock here at 9 o'clock, and the skies are going to be turning predominantly cloudy. And what hints of sunshine there may be out there this morning will be gone by noon. And by 1 o'clock, we're watching some showers that are going to be moving across the big lake. And here they come. Watch between 1 o'clock and about 6 this evening. It rains from southwest to northeast, and it will be covering all of west Michigan by late this afternoon. And it's going to be a soaking rain, too, coming into the evening. It's going to continue to rain, and those showers will be around at least until midnight. Now, overnight, we'll start to see the rain slowly moving out, and by this time tomorrow, skies will be cloudy, but will be trending more toward the sunshine. That's tomorrow. Let's look live right now where we are trending more toward the clouds. And this is a Peregrine Tower camera looking to the north, down the Kalamazoo Mall here, where, as you can see, there is a hint of sunshine on the right side of the screen, but that will soon be going away with more clouds moving in from the west and the south. Quiet on live Doppler radar. Again, nothing going on this morning. You're good to go this morning. This afternoon, different story, and here's why. Rain that right now is in Illinois. It's a long way away, but it's making a trip right on up, and it's going to be moving in here, as I showed you a little bit earlier. That'll be this afternoon. Today, the temperatures are in the 40s and 50s. 58, for example, in Kalamazoo. Still a bit chilly in Dowagiac and Hastings, but those temps will rise quickly, even with the sunshine going behind some clouds. Becoming cloudy, rain in the afternoon, 76 for your high today. Tonight, cloudy with rain and 60 for your overnight low. For tomorrow, the rain moves out by daybreak, and then our skies will be clearing, so we'll call it partly sunny overall for Sunday. More sunshine for Monday, scattered showers and storms moving in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're not talking about all-day rains, but it certainly will be valuable to download our free weather app so you can track any of those scattered storms next week. It's going to be warm and humid, by the way, Princess, next Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday, and then cooling off by the end of next week. But again, today, you're good in the morning, it's wet in the afternoon.
All right, okay, so have the rain jacket, some rain boots handy, and my hair clip, because I know my hair will blow up.
Good idea, or just stay inside this afternoon.
That too, and like Keith said, watch News Channel 3 in your spare time.
Oh, you bet.
All right, don't move. Coming up, the WMU baseball team playing their first NCAA tournament game since 2016. Andy Pepper has highlights of the Broncos slugfest with Kentucky. That's coming up next in sports.